Hi, it's Rob Moore here from Progressive Property. Listen, there are some things in this video you're not going to like. There are some things in this video that are going to make you feel uncomfortable and may cut to the bone. But listen, you're here for a reason. You're watching this video for a reason. You're probably looking for something. Otherwise, you'd be doing something else. You know, maybe you're looking for more cash. Why haven't you got more cash? Why are you possibly still in a job that you don't like? Why do you hang around with people that you don't like? Why is your life not necessarily going in the direction that you want? Why aren't you getting the results that you want? Now, I'm sure you've asked yourself this question 1,000 times. Why haven't I got more money? Why haven't I got more free time? Why can't I do the things that I love? Why do I end up moaning about this? Why do I watch crappy TV? Why do I do these things that don't get the results that I want? If you're honest with yourself, that is, you know, if you're really honest with yourself. Now, I think in this next few minutes in this video, I can help you with that. You know, I've got a history of that, of being able to help people, motivate people, if you like. Now, look, it's not just about motivation. The only person that can make you do anything about your life is you. The only person that can compel you to take action, to have a big enough reason in life, like James Caan, who's speaking at the PropertySuperConference. Like, if you've seen A Beautiful Life, the film A Beautiful Life, about a guy who gets taken to a concentration camp with his son. You may have heard Tony Robbins telling the story. It's one of the most inspirational and sad at the same time films, where he managed to hide his son from all the problems by playing games and always looking on the opportunistic, bright side of life, despite the fact that he was in a concentration camp. And he still managed, throughout being in that concentration camp for years, to still have his son believe that it was a game, you know, and made him enjoy the most painful process in the world. James Caan started his life, his business life, in a broom cupboard. In a broom cupboard. And now he's a multi-millionaire, one of the biggest celebrity entrepreneurs in the country. My business partner, Mark, was a glorified butcher. His dad died of cancer a few years ago. Now, hopefully it doesn't take such a significant event as that to make you take action and go that next step to getting the results that you want. But the point is, that forced Mark, now he probably won't be happy with me telling you this, but that forced Mark to do something about it. And every day, I know Mark still has in his head, you know, what will my dad think? What will my dad think? And it drives him to take action. I met Mark on December the 15th, 2005. An event that was as significant for me as the PropertySuperConference is now. Now, this event we've been building up to, for you, for 3 years. 9 months of hard work and surveying 100,000 people to find out what you want. It's there. It's why you're here. And if, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, if you don't come along and you don't change your plans and you don't take the action that you need, you don't get yourself in front of JV partners, you don't get yourself in a room where you've got multi-millionaires and people who've got the results that you want, if you don't spend time with them and immerse yourself in that process, in that like bubble, you know, the bubble that you want to be in, not that bubble out there where it's all about EastEnders and you know, putting people down and bad news in the media. I don't read the news. If I occasionally look to find the sports on TV, all I see is this person killed this person died, this person killed this person died, this person got hanged, this person got murdered, this person got raped. I'm like sick of it, because that's not the real world. That doesn't happen a lot in my world. And you know, what is it that you want to happen in your world? Do you want to find joint venture partners? Do you want to find a business partner who could inspire you to take the action that you want? Do you want more money? Do you want to give up your job and maybe part-time deal packaging? Part-time deal packaging is one of the most fun jobs you'll ever do, because number one, it's part-time. Number two, it's just taking the experience. I looked out there because all of our agents are out here on this road. You just go and speak to agents. You get deals for yourself. The ones you don't want, you sell for £3,000 to £8,000 a month. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, but what I am saying is it's a simple process. A simple process that you can learn at the Super Conference. Now, as of a few minutes ago, we were well over 400 tickets sold. We've got 200 odd tickets left. Now, I don't need to sell this to you, I know that. What I need to do is help you make the decision that you want to make. You know, there are so many stories of people who have fought the biggest and the hardest trials and tribulations of life and seem to get dealt the worst card. Christopher Reeve is one of my biggest heroes. You know, I loved Superman as a kid, and you know, the sad irony of seeing something like that happen to him and breaking his neck. But he spent years and years fighting, never giving up, just to get movement in his hand, defying all physics, all theory and all logic. He threw all logic out of the window. He had his spinal cord and his nerves completely severed. Every single expert said it is impossible for you to move from the neck down ever again. But he did. Now he may have died, but he died fighting for a cause. He died inspiring me, inspiring millions of people. You know, what are you doing in your life that makes a difference? What are you doing in your life to help inspire other people? Now, if you're in a fortunate enough position, we're in a fortunate enough position in our business that we can donate 30% of all of the ticket sales of the Property Super Conference to cancer research, you know, because of Mark's sort of, you know, close affinity, if you like, with that. But, you know, like, I urge you to go out there and make your life everything that you can make it. Because let me tell you this, in this market, in this recession, in this crash, in this economic environment, it's not just a question of floating along. If you don't go and make sure that you take control of your finances and you take control of your investments, you know that the government, the pension schemes, the banks, you know that they're not making you any money. If you're lucky, they're losing you money year on year. So it's your responsibility. Back in the industrial age, you know, 20, 30 years ago, you had a steady job, you had a steady life. You know, you paid your dues, you paid your taxes, you worked hard, and then the company would look after you for 30 years. Well, that's BS now. That is not how it works. You have to look after yourself. Now, you know, that's where we can help you. That's where we've got the best, biggest property experts that are out there to help you. You know, if you're on our list, if you're receiving our emails, if you're watching this video, you know that property can make the difference. You know that banks, stock markets, those kind of things are not going to help you. But if you can make the cash flow right now, also using an investment class that's building your long-term future, that's the perfect scenario. And that's what we've created for you. A cash flow event, monetizing. Look, you could quit your job in a month if you wanted. Simon Little quit his job. He sacked his boss, became a full-time man of leisure, because he's pretty relaxed. And you can watch his video on our website. And also a part-time property investor. And he's a young guy, he's 26, 27 years old. Alan and Alison Graham, they reduced their work down, you know, to pretty much nothing. Lyndon Wright travels around the world earning £4,500 a month clear cash flow from his portfolio. All people that have been to our events that are now friends of ours that can help you. So at the Property Super Conference, you're going to have James Kahn sharing his secrets. You're going to have Steve Bolton on cash flow. 7 different ways of making £1,000 to £2,000 a month clear on cash flow. I'm going to be doing lead generation, low and no cost ways to generate tenant buyers, cash flow leads, B&B deals at 30 to 50% below market value. Content I've not shared before based on me using one ad strategy a couple of years ago that generated £1.3 million in sales. My business partner Mark is going to be sharing new creative strategies for finance to prove to you that money is not the issue. So many people are like, oh, I can't afford it, I don't have the money. Well, that's BS. Because, you know, you can find the money to get to the event, you can find the money to get the train ticket, you can find the money to buy a property, no money down, because there are so many stories. Just go to our YouTube channel. You'll find hundreds of stories of people who did no money down deals. So money is not the issue. It's what you do with the opportunities that you've got. Everyone starts with no money. You're not born with a wallet with loads of 50s in it. So money is about what you attract and what you create and the people that you spend your time with. Tony Robbins says that you are the 5 people you hang around with. Well, why don't you be the 700 people that you hang around with? Come and find the millionaire JV partners and the networking and all the people at the Super Conference and the James Kahns and all the estate agents who've done thousands of deals. Come and be part of it. Because we're not running this again. We've cancelled our whole schedule. This is the biggest property UK-specific event of the year, possibly ever. And you know what? I can't do anything else. I just hope I see you there. Thank you very much.